Hello, I'm Keith Livingston from Hypnosis101.com, the place to learn hypnosis and NLP. Welcome to this video tip. Today's subject is recovering memories with hypnosis. Now, the ability to recover someone's memory through hypnosis is a wonderful thing to be able to do. You can go back and relieve people of incidents that have been bothering them for 10 or 15 or 20 or even 50 years. You can help them release emotions, or you can help them find their keys. But before you do it, there are some things that you need to know. And so I'm going to divide this little segment up into three sections. We're going to talk first about the pitfalls of recovered memory with hypnosis. Then we're going to talk about things that you need to do to set up the session with the client. And then third, we'll go into some actual techniques for regression and recovering memories. So let's start off with this first section, the pitfalls. Now, just recently, I got a phone call from a lawyer, and he wanted me to help his client recover some memories about an incident that was currently in litigation. In other words, somebody was suing somebody, or there was a criminal proceeding, and his client needed to know more about what had happened. They didn't remember. And this particular kind of situation is very, very tricky for a hypnotist. And I should say up front, I'm not a lawyer, and none of this should be considered legal advice. But here's the truth. In the United States and around the world, refreshed hypnotic testimony is viewed with suspicion. And oftentimes it's thrown out. Many times you can also damage the person's ability to testify. And the reason is this. It's easy to imagine something in hypnosis, and because hypnosis, the hypnotic imagination is so vivid and seems so real, people can begin to believe that that imagined memory was a real memory. So it's hard to tell the real memories apart from the imagined memories. So of course the courts aren't going to take hypnotically refreshed testimony at face value. You can go in there and hypnotize someone, and they can remember something and be totally convinced, and yet the court may not only throw out that testimony, but all of their testimony, because they don't know what's been quote-unquote enhanced with hypnosis. So if you're going to do that kind of work, if you're working with somebody that's you think the case might go to court, or it could go to court, or it is in court, I'd tread very carefully. I'd be a trained forensic hypnotist, and I'd follow the forensic hypnosis procedures. The other thing to watch out for is if there's a medical or psychological issue that sprung from the incident. So if someone was in a car wreck and had a head injury, or if someone developed a mental illness as a result of the incident. And this is very, very rare, by the way, but occasionally it happens. You're going to need a referral from that doctor or from a psychologist or psychiatrist that says hypnosis is not contraindicated. In other words, hypnosis won't harm this person at all. You're good to go. The third thing to watch out for is when people have an agenda going into the session. In other words, people may want things to have happened a certain way. And once again, in hypnosis, they can imagine it happening that way. And you don't know if that's a real memory, if he's deliberately making it up, or if it's a spontaneous sort of wishful thinking. So, and by the way, we'll tell you how to take care of that and avoid that situation in the next section. Now, I've told you a lot of the pitfalls, but I do want to say again, being able to regress someone and get rid of the emotion from a traumatic experience, or even just find their keys, it's a wonderful thing to do. It's a wonderful skill to add as a hypnotist, and we'll get into the details of it in this next section. We'll see you there.